FanDuel is releasing something new starting this week called Mythical Matchups. And what they're doing is they're taking two college football teams who are not playing each other and putting lines against those games. So, for example, this week you can bet on North Carolina versus North Carolina State, where North Carolina is a minus 21.5 point favorite with an over-under total of 72.5. And the way you determine if you win is if North Carolina scores more points than North Carolina State. Like, you're just looking at their point totals in the two games that they're playing, and then that determines if you win. So you can now bet on games that aren't even happening. Mookie, before I go to you, Scott, where does this rank on the degenerate meter? Because this has to be up there.
I feel like this is all just an actual like backdoor play to get the people that need help. This feels like all right, like degenerate gamblers aren't calling this line. We know that there's people who can't control themselves. Everybody who places a bet in this arena is going to have somebody show up to their door and say, it's time. This is your intervention. You've gone too far. I mean, what kind of mental gymnastics do you have to try to sit there and do? I mean, probably not much if you're Mookie. I mean, he just rolls out of bed, hits the app, keeps it moving. But
that's exactly
like for people who are going to hone in on this,
exactly it.
This is going to be so dangerous. Like, I know. Wow.
I mean, I guess
this is the cry for help section.
It's not any more dangerous than regular betting, right? The only difference is they're just not playing each other. Like, that's the weirdest part to me is you're betting on a game, right? But then
you can't really factor in like how much more you think the one's going to score than the other, because you're thinking, all right, well, how much are they going to score? Do I think they're going to score against this team that they're playing? But is that enough to beat this other team that's playing this other team? It's mental gymnastics to a whole new level. And like I said, it's so much math that I just think that they're just trying to set people up. This is all a ploy.
Mookie, defend this mythical matchup, because I feel like this is right up your alley.
So, but like, I just want to make sure I'm understanding this right. So like in the screen, because I pulled up the Facebook post. So basically I'm betting if NC State will score 22 points more than North Carolina, even though they're playing separate opponents.
Yes, exactly. That is precisely it. So you are now, you now have to look at North Carolina is playing against this defense. I think they're going to score this many points. North Carolina State is playing against this defense. I think they'll score this many points. Is that enough to cover this weird spread that FanDuel has put in place to do it? Like, it's almost
imagine being in public screaming at the TV when something happens in this game over here, and you try to explain to people that touchdown and that game cost you against this team over here. Like, people are going to look at you and like immediately they're like, we got to get you in, man. First
of all, my family and friends just, they know what they're like, it's whatever. He's fine. He's not having a seizure. He's just gambling. It's fine. Second of all, I fucking love this. There is so much value in this kind of situation. This is so exciting. Like, think about the way that this takes just another angle on it. Like, you could bet Texas, Oklahoma every week of the year.
Assuming they make that a mythical matchup every single week. Yes.
I mean, why would you not? That's free money. You're just going to be taking it from all the Longhorns and Sooners fans. Because it doesn't matter how much you pound your opponent by, but you would actually have to also outscore this other team across town. This is genius.
How pissed would you be? So that's the thing. How pissed would you be if like your team wins by 70 points, but the other team that they're playing scored 77 and you lost the matchup? Like, that's what
that's the cool part. Like,
behind this.
It's already comparison fans are doing, right? Like, is Texas better than Oklahoma? Well, Oklahoma only won by like this many, whereas Texas blew out FCS Northwest by like 40, right? Like, there's already people
do that with like common opponents, not with like each week. You know, it's not like, oh, Texas is better because we beat the shit out of so-and-so this week. And Oklahoma fans are like, yeah, but that's a piece of shit school. Like, we played a tougher school and we didn't win by a ton, but we won by.
That's the fun part. It's got to be adjusted into the spread here. So if you're playing a harder opponent, the spread's going to move in your favor to reflect that. So again, now you're also having Vegas give you information on how good they see the matchups that these two teams are playing against. There's going to be benefit from these numbers being out there for just betting the money line.
The house never loses, Mookie.
That is false. The house never loses over the long run.
Did you not hear earlier?
I know 91 whole sets.
98 cents this month.
Exactly, right? That's still winning. I'm up, motherfucker. Like, what's why are you getting it twisted?
Hey, Mookie, can you get the rap air horn ready? Because Biscuit said, did you see Mookie's face when he figured it out? He looked like Dane Cook at a Taylor Swift concert.
I got really excited. I'm like, this is super cool. Like,
Biscuit also said, this is so degenerate, it cross-chopped its crotch and told everyone to suck it.
Yes. Seriously.
Yes. But I'm here for it, man. So where is this? This is on FanDuel?
It's on FanDuel. I'm sure you already have an account. Rex is pointing out that isn't that just like watching fantasy football and rooting for teams and players you don't care about on a regular basis? It is. That's fair, and I guess you can make that comparison. But generally, when you're playing fantasy football, there's maybe like a one-time buy-in. You're not doing it each and every week. I don't know. Like, why would you do this instead of like parlaying the over/under on each team's point total? Wouldn't that yield a better payout, Mookie? Look at him. He's so invested in this. He's good. He's trying to bet right now.
I'm trying to find the thing where it is.
As I'm asking him questions.
I was listening.
Guys, I'm already down $15 in these imaginary matchups.
Yeah, right. In theory, you're right. Like, it'd be basically that. This just makes it easier for them to take action on it, right? Which tells me people were probably already doing this kind of stuff. So it's just quicker to take people's money.
Sarah said you definitely ejaculated.
Maybe a little bit.
But Matt Barnes, he said he's on Team Mookie on this. He said they're going to get so much more money from this. Degens are going to degen.
And I guarantee you, within the next week on Reddit, there's going to be someone that works out the math, some quant somewhere that posts a model that's like, this is how you exploit this and make money. But they'll still keep it up there because they're like, yeah, all these Texas fans who are drinking at a bar who are like, oh, of course we're going to pound Oklahoma. I don't even care who we're playing. It doesn't matter. We're always going to beat Oklahoma. They're going to sweep up so much cash. It's going to be it's going to be worth it.